Right now, let the construction begin and the headaches commence as a portion of John Nolan Drive under Monona Terrace goes down to one lane both ways.
Plus, the state Senate is preparing to vote on a piece of legislation to keep the Brewers in Milwaukee. This as the Brewers select their new manager.
And the deadline to avert a government shutdown just days away. We take a look at the funding plan the House is considering. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. Drivers have been warned for days, but now John Nolan Drive road construction is finally underway.
For the next 34 days, the busy road is reduced to just one lane. So how do people in the area plan to deal with it? Arman Rahman finds out.
This one lane is how John Nolan Drive is going to look going through November and most of December. However, the city of Madison says they would rather you don't see this sign at all by avoiding this route.
So we've had a lot of jockeying around construction equipment, but you know, it's doable. It's kind of surprising.
Galen Hassler's no stranger to carving his way around the orange barriers and lane closed signs, because his driveway empties right into Wilson Street. But now that Wilson and Broome Streets are open, he says finding a path around John Nolan shouldn't be that difficult.
I'll be thinking of a workaround, you know, not taking John Nolan. So go through on Wilson and Doty, or up Washington and around the square.
The city says it tried to time the lane closure that way to give people those alternate routes, because workers will be under the Monona Terrace Bridge replacing plumbing and working on fire alarm wiring on the ceiling of the tunnel.
It's infrastructure, and they got to do what they got to do. There's only so many times they can work on it.
Austin Exum is a carpenter, so he feels for the construction workers that are up on lifts and in other potentially dangerous positions right next to traffic.
People are people. They're just doing their jobs, trying to help everybody else out, especially their community, when they're doing road construction.
Regardless, the city knows traffic will get backed up every morning and afternoon.
Definitely can be frustrating, especially during rush hour, people trying to get home, people trying to get places.
Now, while all lanes are expected to open back up in December here on John Nolan, the city of Madison is expected to do a complete reconstruction of the road in 2025. In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
The city expects the lane closure to end by December 22nd.
A restaurant that's been on State Street for almost 30 years will soon be moving. The owner of Tutto Pasta is planning to move the restaurant and merge it with its sister restaurant, Sass, on Capitol Square. The new hybrid restaurant will be called Tutto with a touch of Sass. Tutto's last day on the corner will be November 27th. The hybrid restaurant will open on December 1st. To the weather now, where temperatures will be well above average throughout the work week. Here's your first warn forecast and meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Yeah, Eric, definitely not feeling like fall. It's a bit chilly out here in the patio, but it is calm out there. We've got even warmer temperatures, though, in the forecast. We have seen the temperatures tumble tonight, and the reason for that, the skies are clear, the winds are calm. That allows temperatures to cool off quite a bit. We're sitting at 31 degrees here in Madison, 33 to the south in McFarland, 34 to the southwest in Verona, a little bit warmer towards the south and towards the west. That's where our warm air is coming from, is from the south and from the west. So notice those temperatures hanging on to 41 in Mineral Point, 40 in Platteville. You go a little bit further to the west, our friends across the Mississippi River in Decorah at 45. But to the north and to the east, where we have these clear skies, a little bit of that cooler air hanging on, it's as cool as 33 degrees up in the Dells and even into the upper 20s if you head up into central Wisconsin. It's been a bit of a breezy day, but that's kind of the toss you get here. If you want warmer temperatures in the fall, sometimes you got to pay the price with a little bit of breezy weather. We've had those wind gusts 15, 20 miles per hour, and it will be a gusty, breezy day on your Tuesday as well, and Wednesday and Thursday for that matter. We're already seeing those temperatures bottom out right around 31 degrees here in Madison, staying in the lower to middle 30s, and those temperatures might actually slowly rise just a little bit as we head towards daybreak as that warmer air tries to move back in to southern Wisconsin. Our models here showing that those temperatures might actually start to increase a little bit overnight tonight, but again, low to mid 30s for low temperatures. We'll do high temperatures in the middle to upper 50s as we go on into your Tuesday, folks. Coming up in Maine weather, we'll show some more viewer photos of the fall-like conditions, or lack thereof, rather. Easy way to submit those weather photos. Just go to channel3000.com. You can do it right now and scroll down on that page. There's that post your own photo button. We get some of those photos on air, and we'd love to show them here. Okay, coming up in Maine weather, we'll be tracking the warm weather, when it ends, and when you can expect 30-degree temperatures.
Thank you, Alex. If you plan to go deer hunting this weekend, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is asking you to keep your eyes open for a double homicide suspect. They've been looking for 61-year-old Kevin Anderson for the past 3 years. He faces 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He's described as a white male in his middle 60s, 6 feet tall with blue eyes and balding brown hair. If you do see him, do not approach him and immediately contact local law enforcement. So back in 2020, Jefferson County deputies were dispatched to a possible burglary. When they arrived, they found Anderson's sister and brother-in-law, 57-year-old Nedra Lemke and 59-year-old Jim Lemke, with gunshot wounds, dead in a driveway of Nedra's late father's home. According to the Wisconsin DOJ, the deputy on the scene was then shot at from the home. He returned fire before seeing black smoke coming from the house, which later went up in flames.
A 20-year-old man will spend 20 years in prison for shooting and killing another man in 2021. Jeremiah Kane was also sentenced to 15 years extended supervision after his prison term. In August, Kane pleaded guilty to a charge of first-degree reckless homicide in the shooting death of Nicholas Cook. The shooting in the 4600 block of Martha Lane was reportedly caught on camera. During sentencing today, Laisha Cook, Nicholas Cook's mother, said her son had achieved a goal of launching his own clothing line, but he had other dreams as well that he was never able to realize.
Nick was young, but he was thinking of starting a family, moving, and having his closest family members with him as he navigated through life and adulthood. All of this was cut short by Jeremiah Kane, a person my son didn't even know.
Kane will be given credit for 409 days already served behind bars.
In less than 5 days, deer hunters will be heading out in hopes of bagging that trophy buck. And that's why the Dane County Sheriff's Department is helping sight in guns before opening day. Through Friday, hunters can head to the Sheriff's Office Training Center in Westport. There, you can use the shooting range to get your scope lined up. Experienced instructors will also be there to help.
Yeah, I can do it on my own at another facility, but they just make it a lot easier and give you the peace of mind.
The Sheriff's Training Center will continue to be open over the next 4 days through the end of Friday between 8:30 and 4 p.m.
Breaking in the past half hour tonight, reports indicate the Brewers have found the man to replace Craig Counsell as their manager, and they didn't have to look far to find him. Andrew Banstra is here to reveal the new hire. Andrew?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, Pat Murphy has been Craig Counsell's right-hand man for a long time. He was Counsell's coach in college when he played at Notre Dame and has been the Brewers bench coach since 2016. It's a deserved promotion for a guy that's been in the game for a long time. You can see Murphy here standing behind Counsell. Murphy, a baseball lifer, spent part of the 2015 season as the Padres interim manager and was a 4-time, at the time, Pac-10 coach of the year at Arizona State. Murphy's extremely well respected in the Brewers organization, meaning this move is not a surprise. And like you mentioned, this is a developing story that broke within the last hour. We'll have much more information on the Brew Crew's move in the coming days.
Andrew, thank you. Meanwhile, at the Capitol, a key funding proposal for the Brewers ballpark is among a series of votes this week on the docket for state lawmakers. The plan would keep the team in Wisconsin through 2050. It's made up of multiple parts, including funding from the city of Milwaukee as well as Milwaukee County, the state government, and also the team itself. The original proposal passed the Assembly, sending it to the Senate for a vote. Changes within the last few weeks would lower the amount the state is chipping in and up the Brewers' contribution. That's with the goal of winning support from lawmakers around the state.
Those types of amendments, I think, are actually designed to bring more people to support the plan versus drive people away. So I'm optimistic that we wouldn't need to rely on Democrat votes.
That's on the Assembly side. On the Senate side, it's a different story. Republicans can only lose 5 votes. If they lose more, they will need Democratic support. And we'll have coverage on the vote throughout the day tomorrow. To our nation's capital, where federal employees are closely watching what's happening on Capitol Hill this week.
Congress needs to act, or else all will go without a paycheck just before the holidays. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Congress has until this Friday to pass a spending bill to keep the government open. With lawmakers running right up to the deadline once again, federal employees are worried about their paychecks right before the holidays.
The vast majority make under $60,000 a year. They've got families to support. They've got kids to support.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has proposed a 2-step stopgap measure to extend funding through January 19th for agencies including transportation, housing, agriculture, and energy. The other agencies, including Defense, Homeland Security, and State, would be funded through February 2nd.
There's nothing magical or mysterious about it. It would just be effectively 2 phases.
Already, the plan is facing pushback from some House GOP hardliners who are upset the proposal keeps funding at current levels and doesn't make cuts.
It continues to perpetuate the very system my constituents sent me here to oppose. They don't want me to continue spending money we don't have at $1.6 trillion spending level, at the Pelosi spending level.
Democrats have also criticized the plan, calling it a recipe for more shutdowns. And it does not include emergency aid for Israel, Ukraine, or the southern border, setting the stage for a separate fight.
I'm not going to make a judgment what I'd veto, what I'd sign. But let's wait and see what they come up with.
The Speaker's plan could come up for a vote in the House as early as Tuesday. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
With only 4 votes to spare, House Republicans may need support from House Democrats to pass the short-term spending plans. But working with Democrats to pass the last stopgap measure is what prompted some House Republicans to vote to oust then Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
The U.S. Supreme Court is adopting a code of conduct. It's an attempt to improve public confidence in the High Court after months of headlines alleging some justices appear to have potential ethics violations. The new code is based on an existing code of conduct for lower courts. The justices didn't make clear how the code would be enforced, and they acknowledged they had more work to do. Senate Judiciary Committee Democrats plan to hold a vote to authorize subpoenas for 2 major conservative players close to Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito.
There's still more ahead on News 3 Now at 10, including Alex's complete forecast.
Plus, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues as focus shifts to area's largest hospitals in Gaza. This as negotiations to free hostages from Hamas get underway. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. You want some ice time, a nice time, so good you post it twice time. You want some cheer? Now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you who you gotta see. Ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
Score the lowest prices of the year right now at Brothers Main's Black Friday sale. You won't find lower prices anywhere, and enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Main's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
NYC, are you ready for me? And from HGTV's Buying Back the Block, Mike and Kyra Epps.
She did most of the work. I just paid for it.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
As the conflict between Israel and Hamas continues in Gaza, Palestinian health officials warn of a worsening crisis with fierce battles taking place outside hospitals. The World Health Organization says Gaza's largest hospital is surrounded by Israeli soldiers and is no longer functioning. According to the Israeli Defense Force, hostages were likely held at the Rantisi hospital. Meanwhile, CBS News has learned that medical staff from Doctors Without Borders won't leave Al-Shifa hospital before their 600 or so patients have been evacuated.
The Israeli government has told us as recently as today that there are and will continue to be evacuation routes.
CBS has learned Hamas is floating the idea of releasing up to 70 women and children in exchange for a 5-day truce, part of ongoing negotiations brokered by Qatar.
To a disturbing story out of Los Angeles, where the son of a Hollywood agent was arrested last week after police found human remains in a dumpster. 35-year-old Samuel Haskell appeared in court today. Last Wednesday, 4 workers were hired to haul several heavy garbage bags from a home. One of the workers opened a bag and saw human body parts, then called 911. The workers told police they were hired by Haskell.
Remains are of an unidentified female. Her arms and other parts of her body are missing, including the head.
Officers discovered Haskell's wife and in-laws were all missing. They can't say whether the remains belong to them. Haskell faces 3 murder charges and was ordered held without bail. Former President Trump's eldest sister, Marianne Trump Barry, has died. The former federal judge was 86. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan appointed her to serve on the federal district court in New Jersey. After 16 years on the bench, then President Bill Clinton later nominated her to the Third Court of Appeals in 1999. Barry retired in 2019.
If you're planning on traveling this Thanksgiving holiday, you won't be alone. AAA is expecting more than 1 million Wisconsinites to travel 50 miles or more for Thanksgiving. That's up more than 2% from last year and the 3rd highest since 2000. Of the more than 55 million Americans traveling, 49.1 million are expected to travel on roads. AAA says take the time to plan your journey now to avoid the stress and travel safer later.
Meanwhile, if you are hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year, get ready for some sticker shock. This year's feast is going to cost you more. That's despite turkey prices actually being down. Well, it's all of those side dishes that are expected to be more expensive compared to last year. So here are some ways to save. The first step, create a budget. Next, trim the menu. Cut out those sides that are not big hits at the table. Another tip, consider buying items in bulk and start looking for those deals right now.
When you start early enough, you've got time to piece together your meal from this place and this place and this place.
One final tip, ditch the pre-made and pre-cut food. Consider buying those fruits and veggies and just cut them yourself. It is a bit more work, but it will help you avoid high price markups. Well, more warm weather tomorrow for this time of the year. Alex is back now with a complete forecast.
Yeah, indeed, Charlotte. Temperatures staying upwards of 10 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of year, but I think most of us will take it. A little bit cooler tonight, but then we'll see the 60-degree weather on your Tuesday, going on into your Wednesday and into your Thursday. Maybe a shower as we go Thursday night, but that will be the transition as we head towards cooler temperatures. Tonight, temperatures are already dipping down to around 31, 32 degrees, and we'll see them modulate between 31, 32, 33. By the time we get up in the morning, we'll see temperatures approaching 34, 35, and then look at, by the time we get to the end of the day, temperatures in the 50s. Some places will approach near 60 degrees. Those low temperatures tonight will do 31 in Madison, but a little bit cooler towards the north and towards the east, a little bit warmer towards the south and towards the west. Our friends out towards Prairie du Chien might stay in the middle 30s. This is that warmer air trying to push back into southern Wisconsin, and it will do that on your Tuesday with temperatures 57 seems to be pretty popular, although we could see a couple of 60s here and there. And again, remind you, this is the middle of November, folks, so this is pretty mild for this time of year. If we get more breaks overnight, our low temperatures may dip a little bit colder than 31 degrees, but I think most places will hover right around that 30-degree mark to start your Tuesday, so a bit on the cool side to start things off, but we'll be in the middle 50s by the time we get towards that lunch hour on your Tuesday. Then as we head towards the afternoon, again, we'll do 57 for a high temperature here in Madison. Strong south winds out there, so hang on to your hats there, folks. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will all be breezy days. It's kind of the toss you get for warm weather in the fall. You have to have the winds to kind of help get that warm air in here, and that warm air will stay here. 60-degree temperatures Thursday going on into your Friday. And as we head out into next week, weather systems will move through and cool us down to below normal temperatures by the time we get out towards that Turkey Day. Bottom line here, folks, a little cooler tonight. Above normal temperatures for much of this week, which I think most of us will take. Next chance of rain will be Thursday night, but we see that here in the 7 to 10 day forecast. It's a fleeting shower that we may see Thursday evening. That will usher in some slightly cooler weather by the time we get into Friday, with temperatures 50 degrees around midnight, and then they will fall throughout the day on Friday, warming back up to 50 Saturday and on your Sunday. Keep in mind this time of year, normal high temperatures are in the 40s, folks. So that's actually pretty mild still Saturday going on into your Sunday. Another weather system early next week could bring some rain mixed with a little bit of snow. Look at those temperatures by Wednesday and Thursday in the upper 30s, mid 30s rather, by the time we get out to Turkey Day. So definitely feeling much more like fall next week. Well, you folks know I love to show the viewer photos here. Thanks, Chuck from Verona, showing this maybe a last stunning maple tree here, dropping its gorgeous orange leaves out there. And you can send us those weather photos. Here's a way to do it. channel3000.com/weather. You just scroll on down on the page and you click the post your own photo. We get those photos here on our end, and then we click accept, and we'll try to get those photos on air. But you can also send us those weather photos via the First Warn weather app as well, and First Warn at WISC-TV.com.
And coming up in sports, Dame Lillard was back with the Bucks tonight. Find out if that was enough to beat the Bulls. We've got that and much more next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, fine, how are you?
Welcome to the Good Feet store. How can I help?
I have plantar fasciitis. My knees hurt, my hips hurt.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I don't feel any pain anywhere.
Good.
Seriously, no pain in my knees, my hips, nothing. This is amazing. I don't want to take them off. It just feels like I'm in heaven. Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
When you step into the Bruce Company, it's special. You can feel it. Discover one-of-a-kind gifts and decorations from around the world, and treasures so unique, they'll be cherished for years to come. From sentimental to silly, from whimsical to wow. This year, all of my holiday gifts are coming straight from the heart, thanks to the Bruce Company, making your holidays bright since 1952. The Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your holiday experts.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
At Informed Choice Insurance Agency, we're proud of our 5-star reviews.
My agent Matthew explained everything about Medicare and the needed supplemental insurance. He took the time to show me several different plans and the plus and minuses of each policy.
Andrea was amazing, from her knowledge to her presentation to her skills in navigating complicated and intimidating waters. I cannot emphasize enough how much she helped me and my family.
Need help with your Medicare or Marketplace health plans? Get 5-star service at Informed Choice Insurance Agency.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
After missing a few games with an injury, Damian Lillard was back with the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. He and Giannis hosted the Bulls down in Milwaukee. Bucks leading it big in the fourth quarter. Make that the first quarter. Giannis doing his best Dame Lillard impression. 1 second on the clock and he hits it. That's his 500th career three, and the Bucks are buzzing. And then in the fourth quarter, Bucks up 13. Pat Connaughton swings to a wide-open Marjon Beauchamp for the corner three. Call it cash money. Milwaukee was firing on all cylinders at the 5-serve. Milwaukee beats the Bulls. 118-109 is your final. Wisconsin is not just a hockey school. They are the premier hockey school in the country right now. Both the Badger men and the women are the #1 teams in the nation in this week's USCHO poll. The women, who have held the top spot all year, have a national championship rematch with #2 Ohio State this weekend, while the men, who began the year unranked, are 9-1 and are #1 for the first time since 2006. They'll play 11th ranked Michigan State this weekend. With all the hype and expectations, it's easy to forget that Luke Fickell went 4-8 in his first year at Cincinnati before finally leading his Bearcats to the college football playoff just a few years later. Here at Wisconsin, until he starts getting the guys that he recruits, like it or leave it, he's largely coaching the same team that went 7-6 last year. But it begs the question, how does year one at Wisconsin compare to year one at Cincy?
I don't know, maybe it's the expectations that we walked into. Maybe it's what I truly had envisioned, you know, the things I thought we could be as we grew. But in general, I think it just, you know, I have an expectation for myself and the things that we do that are far greater now than they were 7 years ago. And so this is and continues to be and is a hell of a lot more challenging.
Wisconsin volleyball's loss at Penn State on Saturday was just their second loss of the year. And it's not that the 23-2 Badgers want to lose, but when all you do is win, losses are your best chances to grow. Kelly Sheffield says there's a different energy after you lose a match, and it induces a process of figuring out what happened, what went wrong, and how to attack that. That's the process that gets the head coach out of bed in the morning.
That process for me, is a lot of fun. I enjoy that. Do I enjoy losing? Hell no. But there's such an opportunity of learning, and I think elite athletes, when things are exposed and you approach it in a learning way, that fires them up.
And we'll be right back.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Big, beautiful sectional for just $9.99 with a free ottoman. Big deals.
Black Friday deals.
All month long. Up to 60% off list. Only at Slumberland. Relax in this Lazy Boy recliner for just $4.99.
Yep.
Update your bedroom with this modern bed for just $3.98. Deals so big, prices so low, all month long. But don't wait, because deals this great won't last.
The one and only Black Friday all month long sale.
Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Heck yeah.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Menards 11% sale ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. Cardell cabinets come ready to install and feature a modern look that will surely add elegance to any room. This Rockney Maple style kitchen is $3,339 after 11% rebate. Get the floor of your dreams with our huge selection of Shaw flooring. Waterproof vinyl plank offers the look of real wood without the worry. This Citadel vinyl plank flooring is $229 per square foot after 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
Our city has a pulse.
steps from bustling and wild. Come find familiar. Experience new. Live in our rhythm and stay.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Following the path to UW's new image, Thursday at 10.
Tonight,
You would actually sing with me someday?
That's right.
You have a good sound.
Colbert's New with the legendary Barbra Streisand. Tonight on CBS.
And finally, tonight, if you're a Dr. Pepper fan, listen up. The brand is introducing a new flavor for a limited time. It's called Dr. Pepper Hot Take. There it is, a fiery spin on the popular soda. It adds spicy peppers.
No.
The limited edition drink is not available in stores. If you want a bottle, you have to be a Pepper Perks reward member. Log into Pepper Perks, play Scratch and Win for a chance to win a few prizes, including this new drink. Alternatively, you can use 3,000 points for a bottle. You didn't like that so much? Doesn't sound so
Yeah,
good?
no.
You like
No,
your Dr. Pepper,
I am
right?
a fan of the Dr. Pepper, but leave it alone.
Not with pepper.
Yeah.
Do you have enough Perks points to even get the bottle?
I don't even have that. So, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll stick with the original.
Let's go to Alex. Final check of the forecast.
I got a forecast that'll put a little pep in your step, I think. A little chilly tonight, but above normal temperatures for much of next week. The next chance of rain, Thursday night, but it'll be a fleeting shower like I was saying earlier, folks. Then as we get into this weekend, temperatures will cool on down just a little bit. But remember, 60 degrees, that's 10 to 15 degrees above normal. By the weekend, high temperatures around 50 degrees. That's still above normal. And then as we go into next week, could be a little bit cooler. We'll go a little bit below normal for a change. Yeah, I'm trying to ease us into it.
Well, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.